How's it going, YouTube? Oxa here, and welcome back. As promised, today I will be doing my Mortal Kombat.
Recognize me, little brother.
2021 review. So yeah, I'm gonna just get straight to the point. From 1 to 10, I think the film is it's middle of the road, average. I think it's a 5 out of 10, honestly. And I would even go as far as to say if you're, let's say, a casual Mortal Kombat fan, or you're not familiar with the lore and stuff, honestly, I would probably say it's a pass, which of course I will get into. But if you are a fan, if you are familiar with the lore, with the backstory, I think it's a solid film. I think it's worth it. And yeah, especially for just fan service and all the Easter eggs, I think it's worth it.
No shit.
But yeah, the film overall is average. And well, here, I guess we'll get into some pros and cons, right? So pros, one thing, for reference too, I will be comparing it to the original 1995 release. Of course, that way we have gauging differences and stuff. But yeah, so this film, I think just characters, overall characters, I think is much better than the original film. Just because, so don't get me wrong, the Raiden in this film sucks. He's outright stupid in some parts. But yeah, the Christopher Lambert, of course,
I don't think so.
he's much better. Same with Shang Tsung. Oh man, fantastic. The original, that's Shang Tsung. I mean, he was so good that he came back for MK11. I mean, that should show you how good he was. But what I mean by characters is that I think in terms of how the characters act and how they are, I think the new version, this film, does it better. Just because in the original, it was PG-13, so obviously there wasn't any, crazy, there wasn't gore, really, at all. Well, I guess Subzero did, kill, a random goon, and he broke, and, obviously he broke into, bloody ice chunks. But other than that, it was, it was pretty tame, and just a lot of the characters, other than Scorpion, Subzero, Raiden, no one really did their moves. You didn't see Johnny Cage doing the green kick, you know what I mean, or Liu Kang doing a fireball, nothing like that. All the characters were just very just average humans, Whereas this film, you got Liu Kang throwing fireballs, Kung Lao uses his hat, Kano gets his laser, you get what I mean? I think the characters they represent Mortal Kombat much better in this film. And yeah, that's a plus. Well, I mean, the gore, come on, it's rated R, of course it's gonna be better. And yeah, it's just the gore is pretty nice. I mean, ooh, especially the Nitara fatality, man, ooh, good one. If you played MK9, you know exactly what I'm talking about, but just, that one was great. And then, another pro, anytime, Scorpion and Subzero were on screen, I liked it a lot. I honestly did appreciate Subzero being this, almost like Jason, from Friday the 13th, being this, hunter, right, the boogeyman, he'll just show up, of course, when he pretty much leaves Jax for dead, right? And when he's chasing Cole's family, he's just appears there, thought it was really good. And then the fights with him and Scorpion, just the beginning, those first, 10 minutes, just clean intro. And then the last fight, I mean, despite Cole, which, again, we'll get into the negatives, I thought the Scorpion Sub-Zero fight was good. It lived up to the hype. But yeah, as a fan, I think it's a good film. But if you're, again, a casual, it's a hard one to get into. And now, I guess, we'll get into cons, right? man, where to start? The plot, like, God, like, yeah, like, just watch the film for yourself, but it literally feels like it was written by, like, a 5-year-old. There's so many plot holes, like, here, I guess I'll go through a list, right? Yeah, Jax. So, in the beginning, when he gets Cole and they're running away from Subzero, and, you know, he tells Cole, like, yeah, okay. So they all get in the car and they run away, and he's driving to get away from Subzero. If you pay attention, this dude takes 3 right turns. Like, again, 3 right turns. And it's like, look, think about it real life, okay? Right. Where does that lead you? Back to where you were. It's like, like, Sub-Zero didn't have to do anything. You literally, like, drove back to him. Like, oh, man. And then, like, there's that Kung Lao, like, man, like, he didn't have to die. Like, they were literally right there, like here, when Kung Lao's introduced, he teleports in. They established that. And then when he's in Shang Tsung's grasp, he can't teleport? Like, what? Or you got Raiden, Liu Kang, like, all of them are right there, and they easily could have attacked Shang Tsung and saved him, but they didn't, you know, like, that death really felt unnecessary. And then Raiden, like I said earlier, he's, like, just stupid, like, look. So, later, literally, right at that part where Kung Lao dies, it's like, Raiden teleports all of them to the space between realms, and it's like, dude, you could have done that from the beginning. You know, when the first, like, Outworlders show up to obviously, like, commence the tournament or whatnot, right? Like, claim Earth. Raiden puts up the shield, right, to protect them, and it's like, so this whole time, you could have just teleported all of them to that space between realms and you'd be just fine. Like, what? You know what I mean? Like I said, the script just really felt like it was written by, like, a 5-year-old. And then again, like, the final fight scene, don't get me wrong, it's dope. Like, it's really nice with Scorpion and Sub-Zero. But how does Scorpion show up? Like, I know that Raiden gave Cole the kunai, right? Like, the one that's Scorpion's, like, his wife's, right? And it's like, okay, but just because Sub-Zero touched it, Scorpion appears. Like, I guess the issue with that is literally throughout the film, they're building it up as if, like Cole is having these visions of Scorpion. And the way it's built is, like, you would think it's like, okay, so the final fight, it'll be, like, the spirit of Scorpion either possesses or... You get what I'm saying? Like, because... another thing. Cole is a descendant of, like, Scorpion, of Hanzo Hasashi, right? Like, he's part of the bloodline. So, again, you could argue it's like, oh, okay, so because they share the same blood, Scorpion will be able to manifest into this world, right? To fight his mortal enemy. But no, he just randomly shows up, and it's like, what? The scene that had me dying was, like, at the end, when Scorpion's, like, talking. Remember, he's Japanese. I'm sorry. Like, he's talking to Cole. And he's, like, in Japanese says, like, take it, like, honor the Shirai Ryu, or, like, you know, like, telling him, like, take care of the clan. And the whole time I'm thinking, like, Cole doesn't speak Japanese. He's just standing there, like, okay, this demon is just talking to me, and it's like, sure, you know, like, he doesn't know what he's saying. But yeah, like, just the plot is awful, like, literally, like, and apparently digging into it, one of the writers, this is literally his first, like, film, first thing he's writing, so it's like, you can tell. And at the end, they do tease a sequel, of course, spoiler alert. Sorry, I know maybe I didn't say it earlier, but hey, if you've been watching the channel, I always do spoiler reviews. They tease Johnny Cage at the end, right? Like, Citizen Cage, you know? Like, Cole says he has to go to Hollywood to look for, you know, Johnny Cage. And, yeah, it's like, man, like I said, the plot is just bad, man. And that's the thing. Oh, sorry. About Johnny Cage, it's like, literally, like, Cole, he will, unnecessary. I mean, I do appreciate that they tied in the story, like, that this brand new character, Cole Young, is related to like Scorpion to tie him in, but he's just so generic. He's like a John Smith, and like I guess my issue, and like a lot of people, is that that literally could have just been Johnny Cage. Like, you know, why leave him out when you have all these other characters? Like, I don't know, like at least to most people and to me, another pro is like Kano. Kano's like, he's the best part of the film, the best character. Like, he's funny. Because Cole is supposed to be our surrogate, right? He's supposed to be, like, the audience in the movie. Like, the down-to-earth human guy, right? That's like, what's going on? What's all this magic? But it's funny that, like, Kano does a better job at that than Cole. Like especially, like, the scene where Liu Kang shows up and, like, you know, throws a fireball at him and touches him. And you just see Kano like, the fuck? You know, like, it's just... like, Kano's the best part of the film. He does die, but if you paid attention, you notice that he stole Shinnok's amulet. And Liu Kang told him to put it back, but he didn't. So that's probably how they're going to explain him returning. And, of course, maybe he'll get his metal, like, you know, his proper, like, laser eye. And, yeah, I think he should come back. And, yeah, Cole. Okay, I mean, here, let's get into it, right? Cole Young, again, just generic, like, literally your John Smith, right? Like, all-American, like, just basic. And I don't know, like, I guess, here, the main issue is, like, dude, this man's, his power is literally plot armor. Like, you get what I'm saying? It's literally, like, I'm unbeatable, right? Because the story says so. It's like, dude, it's literally some, like, armor and weapons. And I guess the thing that really pissed me off, and I imagine a lot of people, Goro is sent after him. Prince Goro, which, again, if you're familiar with the series, Goro's like the champion of like Mortal Kombat, like the tournament, and you get it, like, he's in the first game, obviously Goro's the sub boss, he's the champion, then you face like the true overlord, Shang Tsung. So Goro, like, in the lore, has always been like a tough guy, right? He's like the mini boss, if you will. And it's like, you're telling me this man's Cole, who literally is established in the film that he sucks. He literally loses, like, an MMA fight in the beginning. And it's even said, like, his nickname is the punching bag. Like, you get what I mean? Like, he's garbage. Are you telling me this man's just gonna kill Goro, like, first try? I don't know. I hated that. I hope Goro comes back, because at the end, like, Shang Tsung, like, all the bodies or whatnot, like, all his minions, like, you see them disappear with the black smoke. I think they're teasing that they will come back, and, like, Melina, and then Melina, like, all these characters just die, like, you know, there's, like, no build-up to them, and they're just gone. I mean, like, look, yeah, characters like Natara, Reiko, like, let's be honest, who cares, right? I mean, you know, it's like, they're, like, when you see them, you're like, okay, they're dying, like, it was, like, obvious, like, we know that, and, yeah, as you can see, the film is just a huge mess, but it's a good kind of mess, honestly. It's like, it's that guilty pleasure. Like I said, if you're familiar with the lore, with the story, it's a good time. It's fun. I mean, it's a stupid movie, like, you don't have to think. I mean, hey, Godzilla vs. Kong did it better, though. Just saying. But yeah, it's like, if you're a fan, check it out. It's not bad at all, you know. It gets the job done. Hopefully they fire that writer, that clown, that, like, this is his first film. Get someone else, get someone good, and we could have a good film. We have Johnny Cage. Bring my boy Reptile back, because y'all disrespected him. Can we just get human Reptile? Like, please? Like, why does he always gotta be this ugly lizard? But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Those are just my thoughts and opinions on the movie. Have you seen it? Are you going to see it? Because, I mean, hey, it's in theaters and on HBO Max, so, you know, if you're subscribed to it, check it out. But yeah, guys, that was just what I thought, and, you know, make sure to be on the lookout for my future content. And as always, guys, I've been your host, Loxy. Take care.